You know what you came here for. Sit back and tune in for Isha Talor. Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Isha Talor. In today's video, we're going to be talking about skincare. This is a series, so hopefully you watched every other video. First, we started off with throwing out all the skincare that we should no longer use, educating ourselves in ingredients and what is best for our body. Secondly, we spoke about skincare recipes and smoothies and ingredients to get that inner glow from within, right? Now we're going to talk about the actual routine and products that I use. I am going to be going over my skincare routine. Now, I do something called skin cycling. And what that means is that I go through different steps each day just because I have sensitive skin. Actually, let's back up for a second. Let me introduce myself. When I talk about skincare, I am looking through the lens of someone that has dry, sensitive skin. I have eczema-prone skin. I'm targeting hyperpigmentation and dark marks. My dark circles are hereditary, so there's literally nothing I can do about that. I've had it since I was a baby, so that's that. Just want to get that out. Okay, so before I get into the logistics of my skin routine, let's talk about some very important things, okay? Make sure you are listening to this part of the video. Listen to this part of the video. Pause and grab a notebook and listen to this part of the video. It's really important, okay? If you get anything out of this video, it has to be this right here. Now, AHA. AHA is something that you will see in a lot of skincare products because it is an exfoliating chemical that lifts dead skin cells for brighter, smoother skin. There are different types of AHA. There is a lactic acid, which is more of a humectant. That's more of the lighter version of AHA. The glycolic acid is more of the harsh version of an AHA. It's more penetrating. You will see that I incorporate this in my routine, but very lightly because it is a more harsh version of AHA. There's also citric acid and mandelic acid. So AHAs are usually in toners, exfoliators, and serums. Make sure you're not using an active AHA all the time. If you are incorporating AHAs into your skin routine, you have to wear sunscreen. You will literally irritate the heck out of your skin if you incorporate AHA products and you do not wear sunscreen. I bet if you look at any product that you have that has AHA, it will say, make sure you're using sunscreen. And do not mix AHA. So remember I said there's lactic acid, glycolic acid, citric acid, and mandelic acid. Don't mix and match all of them. Pick one and stick with it. If you use AHA, please do not use vitamin C or retinol when you use AHA. It will literally burn your skin. So AHA is that bougie one where it's like, you can't sit with us. You got to be over there, not over here. Okay? That's how you got to see it. BHA is another type of acid that penetrates your skin to help clear breakouts. BHA is my favorite thing because that's, I use it whenever I see a breakout. I'm like, nope, BHA. And I'll show y'all all that. Salicylic acid is a type of BHA. I'm pretty sure if you're prone to acne, you always hear them say use salicylic acid. If you want to use both BHA and AHA, alternate. Do not ever use AHA and BHA at the same time. No. Now, next ingredient that's super popular is niacinamide. Niacinamide is great for stressed out skin. It's perfect for brightening hyperpigmentation, controlling sebum, which is the extra oils in your skin, which will lead to fewer breakouts. It is an anti-inflammatory and is also a form of vitamin B3. And niacinamide could come in a lot of different products. It could come in serums, it could come in oils, it could come in your creams. Like, just look at your ingredients. Again, remember, first video, I taught y'all, you gotta look at your ingredients and really study them and see what each ingredient is used for, right? Another ingredient that you probably have heard of is hyaluronic acid, and that is hydration. Hydration. There are 3 different types of hyaluronic acid. I'll put them on the screenshot because I'm not about to read all of them. The first one is hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. Oh my god, I couldn't even say that. This one is not as moisturizing. It is better for oily and combination skin. So if you feel like you don't need that extra moisture, then that's probably best for you. Sodium hyaluronate is for normal skin, and sodium on the screen, child, is a lot more moisture for dry skin. So again, knowing what type of skin you have will then allow you to know which type of hyaluronic acid to look for. So we're going to start off with Monday, just because that just makes more sense to me. My skincare for this day stays the same as every other morning. My morning routine does not typically change that drastically unless I have extra time. I dermaplane about once every 10 days because I obviously have hair on my face. So besides removing hair off of your face, dermaplaning is actually really beneficial in exfoliating your face, unclogging pores. It improves acne. A lot of people do it for better makeup application and so on and so forth. So I actually do an oil planing. I don't do dermaplaning on dry skin, which is usually what people do. It's just less irritating for me. The oil of choice is rosehip oil. I just find that it's the most calming oil for me. And a trick for doing dermaplaning around your chin if you need to, or on your upper lip, is to puff your cheeks. So this dermaplaner is something that I got from Target. If you have more hair on your sideburns, I recommend you using that first and then using the Dermaflash. Highly recommend. I'll leave it down below. And then your aftercare after your dermaplaning is really important. Focus on moisture. Do not use any active serums, any acids, because it will literally irritate the heck out of your face. So think moisture, shea butter, hyaluronic acid, and you're good to go. Now on Tuesday is my physical exfoliation day. I literally have to have a day for this. So always change up how you do this routine depending on how your skin's feeling. If you feel like, oh, I need to exfoliate real quick, then do it. Like, you don't have to stick to, oh no, Tuesdays I have to do this. No, I just like to have a routine for myself. So I do physical exfoliations on my whole body and then also on my skin. I have two different types of physical exfoliations that I use. I can use the LAK green tea scrub, which is more abrasive, so it depends on like what I need. Or I have the Good Molecules pineapple like exfoliating powder. That one is less abrasive, but it more targets different things for my skin. And exfoliating is also really important if you have just dry, scaly skin, texture, or hyperpigmentation. It helps with that as well. This exfoliator comes in powder form, and you can control how gritty and abrasive it is by how much water you add. So I really like that I can control how abrasive it is, especially since I have sensitive skin. So I tend to add like a little bit more water than usual. And again, it all depends on how much grit that I want. So on the days that I do physical exfoliation, I do more of a minimalist approach to my skincare. But more or less every night, for the most part, is similar. And you will notice that I don't use any acids on the same day as physical or chemical exfoliations. But on Wednesdays is when I incorporate my glycolic acid. Remember I said do not mix your AHAs and have a specific time when you use it. And so Wednesdays is when I use my glycolic toner from Good Molecules. I really like this one. On Thursdays, in the morning if I have time, I will do a hydrating mask. I think I showed y'all my new mask in my favorites video that I prefer. It's 100 out of 100. It's good ingredients. You could get them from Target. I really do like them. So I would do a hydrating mask just for that boost of moisture. I also want to show you guys how I remove my makeup because that's essential in skincare. So I start off with a cleansing oil. I really like this one by Bioderma because it really breaks down that makeup. And I also use these wipes from Amazon. I know there's cheaper ones. I'll try them later. But I wet them and remove that excess makeup from my face before going in with my first micellar water. Again, it's important to just get all that makeup off of your face before washing your face with a cleanser. So I got these little pads from Amazon. I'll link them down below. They are really compact, and once you wet them, they become more sponge-like. So I already washed my face in the shower, which is why I prefer to wash my face. And then I go in with my second micellar water. This one's more like a gel-like texture, and it really removes everything else. Look at that. Beautiful. Fridays is when I do a chemical exfoliation. Now, there's a difference between a physical exfoliation and a chemical exfoliation. My chemical exfoliation of choice is the one by Good Molecules. It just has a lot of good ingredients in it to combat texture on my skin and hyperpigmentation. This particular product from Good Molecules is that special one that actually has mixed AHAs and BHA, but it's for a specific reason. This is why I only use it once a week, and it actually says to use this specifically in the PM only 2 to 3 times a week. It's a little bit more harsh for me because it has glycolic and lactic acids. It's to combat the texture, congestion, clogged pores, enlarged pores, and dullness. And so for me, I just don't want to use it too much because it is going to irritate my skin. So just use this wisely. Then Saturday, we bouncing back PM, my glycolic toner, because what? We're trying to get rid of this hyperpigmentation, and that's what it does. So I make sure that I do glycolic toner twice a week. And Sundays is like my reset days, and I will do a charcoal mask. I either do the one by Fenty, which I have to just use it up, but the score is not that great on that one. But the Hylauronic Naturals Dead Sea one is bomb. That one's really good. It's basically a bentonite clay mask, and you can actually use the Indian acid clay mask too. It's more work to whip that thing up, but the Hylauronic one is already set in stone. So
I also want to show what I do when I have active acne. I am using the BHA treatment from Good Molecules. I just put it in the areas where I'm breaking out, and then I just do a minimalist routine of just a regular moisturizer, and that's it. I don't use anything else with BHAs. Remember, don't mix them. And that's all I do when I have acne.
If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. Are there any skincare tips that you learned today? Is there any products that you're like, oh girl, drop the links, let me buy it, which all the links are down below. You know what? I got y'all. I always got y'all with links. Don't you worry about that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.